Alright, settle down. Grab your favorite lukewarm beverage, because we're about to have a chat. And trust me, this isn't your grandma's financial advice. This is the kind of truth bomb that hits different, the kind that might just keep you up at night. But in a good way, I promise. Because many people ask me about the secret to making serious money, and when I tell them the unfiltered truth, they just nod, smile, and then go back to scrolling. It's like they hear me, but they don't actually listen. Here's the deal. Every single one of you, yes, even you, the one hiding under the covers right now, has millions. And I mean millions trapped inside your laptop. No, I'm not talking about some hidden cryptocurrency wallet or a forgotten lottery ticket. I'm talking about potential untapped opportunity. And funny enough, this whole epiphany hit me after I saw a tweet. Some genius out there, probably fueled by caffeine and a late-night coding session, said something along the lines of, word for word, if you really dumb it down, every single person on this earth has millions trapped inside their computer. They just have to press the right keys to get to it. Now, my initial reaction was a chuckle, a little snort, and a mental pat on the back for the guy's wit. I scrolled on like any good consumer, but then, 10 seconds later, it hit me. Like a ton of bricks made of pure, unadulterated truth. I stopped. I stared at my own laptop, the very one I'm using to record this, and I thought, you know what, he is 100% right. Right now, as you're watching this, there is a business, maybe even millions of dollars worth of business, just sitting inside your laptop. And if you're like most people, you're probably just using that powerful machine to make someone else rich, to consume, and never actually create anything meaningful for yourself. And the reason I get so fired up about this, so passionate, is because I used to be that guy. I never thought about it in these terms. But I literally built a 7-figure net worth, not in some fancy office, not with a massive team, not with startup capital, just with this laptop, Wi-Fi, and a skill. That is it. Zero, nada. Nothing else, and I'm going to break down exactly how you can unlock the treasure that is right in front of you. Before we dive into the juicy details, a quick side note, my free Discord community is officially live, and instead of trying to convince you why you should join, because, let's be real, it is free, why wouldn't you? I'm going to tell you who it is not for if you're the type to complain that life is hard, that online money is a scam, or that a 9-to-5 is the only path to success. Then, with all due respect, I don't want you anywhere near me. This community is for the 90% of you who are already in my comments, the solid individuals starting businesses, investing wisely, and actively pursuing their goals. If you're negative, please save us both some time and don't join. But if you're passionate about business, money, and life, then come on in. We've got monthly calls, one-off chats, and a whole lot of real talk. I hope to see you there. Now, let's paint a clearer picture here. I want to give you some context, so you're not just stumbling around in the dark. My story, combined with a mind-blowing statistic, will open your eyes. In 2020, alone, 60 million people, yes, 60 million, made some form of money online. Think about that for a second. That is not a niche. That is a movement. And it was freelancing, digital products, content creation, coaching, e-commerce, everything under the sun. And what was the common denominator for all of it? One machine, a laptop. You can run ads, make digital calls, post content. It is all done online. I used to be stuck in this old school mindset, this conditioning that my boss knew everything, and my job was the only way to earn a living, even though in the later years of my 9-to-5, I was working completely remotely from my laptop. I always knew there was online money out there, but I just couldn't figure out how to grab it. Then I started working on my own projects, my own startups, and I had this massive realization: you don't need to be a freaking tech genius, dude. You need a computer, a Wi-Fi connection, and a skill. And if you want to supercharge it, a clear, quantifiable offer. That is literally all you need to succeed in this digital realm. So let me break it down for you. Simple, clear, and without the financial jargon. Here are the 4 laptop money paths, with real-life examples, because numbers don't lie. Number 1, sell your knowledge. This is all about education, coaching, and consulting. Every single person has done something that others would literally pay to learn. I don't care if it is guitar lessons, math tutoring, scaling ads, appointment setting. It doesn't matter. You can coach beginners, package your lessons into a digital product, or do one-on-one sessions. Personally, I love the one-on-one approach in the beginning because you build that real connection. It is simple, and it works. I've heard incredible stories, like a client who taught English to beginners over Zoom, and in just 3 months, she was making $5,000 a month just from her laptop. That is enough money, my friends, to quit your soul-sucking job. You don't need to dream of $10,000, $20,000, or $50,000 a month right away. Focus on those initial wins. It is dead simple. Number 2, sell a service. This is the freelancing and skill-based work path. Learn a skill, any skill, like copywriting, video editing, content creation, graphic design, email marketing, and start offering it online. This is how 90% of people get started. And it is exactly how I got my start, selling appointment setting services and lead generation for a specific niche. If you can define an offer, this, in my humble opinion, is the fastest way to get rich. Number 3, sell attention. This is where content creation and audience building come in. Personally, I would combine this with something else if you're documenting your journey, creating short-form videos, YouTube content, or a newsletter. These are all content types, and then you monetize through sponsorships, affiliate links, or your own digital products. My tip, start small, one short video per day, build trust, and then offer value. It is like Gary V's jab, right hook. But I'd honestly jab 20 times before even attempting a small hook, give away as much value as you can for free, and then sell the implementation. That is the secret sauce. Number 4, and this is a hot topic right now, sell any type of digital product. Think templates, Notion packs, PDFs, Google Docs, courses, Excel spreadsheets. People are making an insane amount of money doing this. And the beauty of it is the make it once, sell it forever model. It is like digital real estate. Swipe files, courses, prompts, systems, these are digital assets. I know a guy, can't recall his name right now, but he is in the UK, making $250,000 in passive income every year or two, just from digital products. It is something to think about for the long term. And this, my friends, is arguably the most important piece of this entire video. You need to shift from being a consumer to a creator. Most people spend 5, 6, even 8 hours a day consuming on their laptop, scrolling, just rotting away their brain cells. But if you spent even half that time creating value content offers, something you could actually bring to someone, that is where the real money is made, even just one of those hours dedicated to creating your own stuff. You could create 3 to 4 short-form videos or 1 long-form video in that time. It only takes one swing. And this is what I think people don't understand. They're wired to believe they have to go viral. No, you don't. Guys, I got lucky. A few other creators in our community got lucky, but you don't need to go viral. Of course, it would be a fantastic boost. But I'm not relying on these videos to go viral. If I just get a consistent stream of views, I am more than happy with that. You need to shift your mindset from being constantly wired as a buyer and a consumer. This ties back to fundamental financial principles. This is how people stay stuck. This is how people get into debt. They're constantly buying instead of actually selling. Instead of selling their own things, their own time, or their own products. That is the whole premise. So please, for the next 60 days, commit to building, not scrolling. For every hour you consume, spend an hour creating. I am not joking. I try to do this myself, even though I'm not always perfect at it, but do it. And let's talk about the tools. The amazing part is you literally already have 90% of what you need, and you don't even have to spend money on them. Google Docs, not just for productivity, but remember what I said earlier, you can sell a Google Doc if it is packed with enough value. Canva for visuals, graphic design, lead magnets, content creation, Zoom for client calls, closing deals, webinars, and now we have ChatGPT for content ideas, writing assistance, sales pages. I'd say that is one of the most important tools right now. You could build an entire business just with ChatGPT. Maybe I'll make another video on that. And then for processing money and getting contracts signed, you have Stripe, Gumroad, PandaDoc. These are all free to you. You literally do not need money to start. If you're using money as an excuse, then we have a bigger problem here, brother. You are the problem. You need clarity and consistency, not money. This is my challenge to you, the 60-day game plan to unlock money. And I don't care if that is your first dollar or 5 with $0 in the bank, and I wanted to unlock real cash flow in 60 days. First, pick one, just one lane, skill, service, product. I don't care, sell something. Learn to sell something, learn to communicate with others, even if it has to be someone else's product. I don't care. Second, package it into an offer, not a resume, not a website, not some blah blah blah, an actual quantifiable offer. Third, reach out every single day. This would be my relentless pursuit until the day I sleep. DMs, email, content, cold calls, all of the above. I don't care. Get in front of people. This is what I did with my own channel. I force my way to views by doing Reddit, DMs, but there are school communities, Discord groups, Facebook communities, countless ways to get in front of people, not just for your channel, but for your products and offers. Fourth, get feedback fast, refine your offer weekly if you have to. Ask a ton of questions. Be like, hey, if I gave this away, would you buy it, or is this just worthy of being a free product? Be honest and ask your potential buyers that exact question. People love talking about their opinions. Leverage the hell out of that. Fifth, keep score, track offers, conversations, sales, everything. You don't need a massive following. I always say that 1,000 true fans. Even dumb that down further. You need 3 people to pay you $500 or 10 people to pay you $100. That is real income, and it all comes from your laptop. So, I'll end it there. Not gonna go too deep. I don't give a damn about a black screen right now. If you've made it this far, I want to see you in the community. Comment below with any questions. Stay boring, stay patient. Peace.